This is Kelso Sturgeon. Welcome to another day at my College of Advanced Sports Handicapping. We have a lot to talk about today. You're going to need that pen and pencil and that paper, because I'm going to share with you a lot of information that you can use as you handicap this weekend. Valuable information and something that you should be aware of. Many different points we'll cover. Also, doing something very special this week. In my weekly newsletter, I'm going to show you how and why football betting is and can be for you an investment business, and I'm not using the investment word just for hype. I'm going to explain how football and baseball betting, and in the future basketball betting, can be and will be for you an investment business. It's an insight that I've never shared with anybody, but I want my clients to all know, and all those who visit my website, to all know that you can be a winner if you're realistic in what you do. Be sure and read that newsletter, because that's a powerful article that's going to be in it. Again, that will be available on this website and in your email box come Wednesday evening. Also, I'm updating my power ratings for the first time this season, college and NFL. I start out with a certain set. I never upgrade until after 3 weeks of the college season and 2 weeks of the NFL season. I just never been comfortable to do that. I want to really see what I've got, and there's some dramatic changes in the power ratings. They will be up tonight, Tuesday night, for your perusal, and you should definitely take a look at them. You know, I want to review last week. Had an outstanding week, really. My personal best club went 2-0-1. Won on Saturday my 50-unit college game of the week as Kansas State crushed Kent State 37-0. Got to push the 50-unit play on the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday. Came right back and got the money on Monday night with a 50-unit play on the New York Giants and their win over the St. Louis Rams. I recommend that my personal best club players bet $100 a unit, and those who bet the $100 a unit banked $10,000 for the weekend. My best bets club, my most popular club, went 6-2 last week, and those 6 winners included 3 underdogs I said that would win outright, and they did. In the NFL, I predicted the Bucks would win straight up, and the Atlanta Falcons would knock off the Philadelphia Eagles. On Saturday, I predicted Iowa State would get all the cash, and all of them did. You know, I have 4 football clubs, and you can sign up for any of them on this site or toll free at 1-800-755-2255. All major credit cards accepted. You know, you should get your feet wet. If you have any doubt in your mind at all, get your feet wet with my Best Bets Club. My Best Bets Club just keeps winning, and it is proof that you don't have to spend a fortune to make a fortune. The Best Bets Club went 6-2 last week, and here's what you get with a season's membership in the Best Bets Club. Number one, you get the entire college football season, you get the entire NFL season, and you get the rest of Major League Baseball right through the World Series. And just in case you think baseball is not a profit center, the Best Bets Club in baseball has gone 10-2 over the last 12 days. There's money to be made. Sign up for any of my services right now on this website or toll free at 1-800-755-2255. The price is right, and I do take all major credit cards. Now, you know, there's a lot of things going on early in the week that need our attention, and first up is the Steam games. Steam games that become that early in the week represent wise guy money always. The big players spot a weakness in a line, they jump right in, and by the way, they're not looking. They're looking to take a half point, point and a half edge. They're not looking for blowouts in any of these games, but they analyze these games and break them down, and they come up with very accurate point spreads and final margins. And early games, as I say, represent wise guy money. One has to look at all of these games at least a little bit. They're not all going to win, but these are games that were really bet by the sharps. Virginia Tech was a minus 19. Now a minus 20.5. Virginia Tech was a big play by the sharps. Buffalo was at home against Connecticut was a plus 10, now plus 9 and plus 8.5 in some places. Then we have Oklahoma, which was a 21 point favorite over Missouri at home, now out to 22.5. We have Idaho, the 5-point underdog at home to Fresno State, now out or down to a plus 4. And last but not least, on Thursday night, the Cincinnati NC State game. Cincinnati, which is the home team, was a steam play at 7.5, and for reasons not explained, that number never did move. So here are the early steam plays again. Write them down: Virginia Tech, Buffalo, Oklahoma, Idaho, and Cincinnati. Equally important as the steam games are key injury reports for this weekend's games. Let's run them down, and these are just a handful of them, but these are really important, and every single player mentioned on this report is a starter. Ohio State running back Dan Herron suspended for the next 2 games, won't play. Alabama Birmingham quarterback Brian Ellis left his last game with a leg injury, is expected to miss this Saturday against East Carolina. The same situation for Texas El Paso quarterback Nick LeMaison. Shoulder injury, is expected to miss at South Florida this week. Those are big injuries for UAB and UTEP, because neither one of them are very experienced or talented this year. New Mexico State quarterback Andrew Manley will not start at San Jose State, but he may play if needed. Make of that what you will. Now, Oregon State, there's 3 players that we need to discuss at Oregon State. First of all, a wide receiver James Rogers has a knee injury and is questionable for the UCLA game on Saturday. Oregon State will start at quarterback Sean Mannion for the first time this season. I don't quite know what to expect there, but there is a change at quarterback. And running back Malcolm Agnew, who missed the last game, will play against UCLA. Tulsa, a severe blow. Quarterback G.J. Kinney out with a knee injury, out indefinitely, and the Golden Hurricane are playing at Boise State. A menu for disaster, to say the least. In the NFL, just a couple of thoughts. First on Kansas City, and then on the Dallas Cowboys. And on Thursday and Friday, we'll cover these things in more detail. Kansas City running back Jamal Charles is out for the season with a knee injury, and I can promise you that is a death blow for a terrible Kansas City team. This guy could at least move the ball and score some points, and they won't have him for the rest of the season. Jamal Charles out. Now, the Dallas Cowboys, there's been all kinds of speculation about Tony Romo, because he suffered a fractured rib and a punctured lung against San Francisco last week. Well, we're going to talk about 3 Cowboy players, and you'll be a little surprised at what's going on. Wide receiver Miles Austin is doubtful with a hamstring injury in Monday night's game against the Washington Redskins. Dallas running back Felix Jones is doubtful for the Monday night game with the Redskins. And for Tony Romo, has been upgraded to probable and is expected to play. This, as I say, sometimes you're surprised at what happens, and that's why you're supposed to keep up with these reports. So we'll get back to the NFL in more detail on Thursday and Friday, but these are key injuries that are going to impact scores. Now let's get into a few little updates that I think are very important. Arkansas State lives off the beaten path and nobody pays any attention to them, but this is a team that every single year has a good offense. This year they have a good defense to go with it, and while they're 1-2, they're 3-0 against the number and are playing standout ball. Arkansas State has 10 senior starters on defense. That is an unbelievable number and brings impact experience that few teams have. And I think that Arkansas State, on the basis of this defense alone, is going to get a lot of covers this season. They're 3-0 against the number right now. In every game that they play, you should give them a second look and determine for yourself, you know, wait, can this defense slow down this offense or whatever. Now, they host 1AA Central Arkansas this week. I'll take a pass. But when they're back against regular board teams, always give Arkansas State a look. You've got an edge with an experienced defense that few teams have. You know, BYU is on my bet against list right now. I realize that they opened the season, 14-13, they win at Mississippi, get beat 17-16 at Texas. But when they went down 50-10 at home to Utah the other night, I don't know whether they were out of gas or things just caught up with them, and that was who BYU is. You know, here's a team that has lived and died with a high-octane offense and a mean-as-hell defense. They have neither this season. You know, last year BYU averaged 28 points a game. This season they're averaging 13 points a game. Dramatic difference. I noticed that quarterback Jake Heaps, supposed future superstar, looked tentative and really not very confident against Utah. And if he's on a downer and stays there, this team's in big trouble. Once again, BYU for the time being is a go-against team for me. Now I'm going to give you a winner for this weekend, and I suggest you go bet it now, because if you bet now, you're going to get the right price. We have Florida Atlantic playing at Auburn, meeting an Auburn team that just got clobbered at Clemson last week, and Auburn has a history of showing no mercy to anybody. It doesn't matter if it's LSU, Alabama, or the Little Sisters of the Poor. They come to just beat you as bad as they can beat you. And they have a perfect victim in Florida Atlantic this week. Florida Atlantic is averaging 92.5 yards per game on offense. Hard to believe, but that's so. 1.5 points a game in scoring. Hard to believe, but that's so. And it's just as bad on defense, giving up 451 yards a game. Right now, Auburn is a 30-some point favorite. I'm telling you right now, go lay the money today on Auburn. You'll get the cash. I look for Auburn to win by 55 or 60 points, despite the fact they've got a tough game coming up next week at South Carolina. This is a team that has a history of showing no mercy on anybody. Now, also, just a betting note, if you wagered on the Baylor Stephen F. Austin game on Saturday night, there was no action on that game in the end. The game only went 54 minutes because as the weather worsened, they cut the last two quarters down to 12 minutes instead of 15. That meant it was a 54-minute game, and a game has to go 55 minutes to be official for betting purposes. So Baylor, Stephen F. Austin last week, no action, and don't let your bookmaker kid you. Now here's a few words about my college top 15, which differs dramatically from most everybody else's. Texas A&M is still number one. LSU has moved into the number 2 spot. Then it's Wisconsin, Oklahoma, and Boise State. Alabama's in the 6th spot. Oklahoma State in the 7th spot. And it'll be interesting this Saturday. Oklahoma State visits Texas A&M, and it'll be the acid test for both of these undefeated football teams. Well, I want to thank you very much for watching today, and to remind you that you can sign up for all my football services on this website or toll-free at 1-800-755-2255. And don't forget, I'm updating my power ratings later today, and on Wednesday night, I'm sending out my weekly football newsletter, and it's got quite a story to tell about how you can make football and baseball betting an investment business, and I really mean an investment business. Thank you so much for watching today. I'll be back here with my next report on Thursday morning. We'll cover Thursday night's game, finds North Carolina State at Cincinnati. It'll be a 25-unit play, by the way. I just appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and please have a good one.